Hi, my name is Jean Napolitano. I'm the mayor of the city of Newport in Newport, Rhode Island. There's not a day that goes by that we don't see some written literature in papers and magazines in regard to domestic violence. We would like to acknowledge the victims of domestic violence and also put out a plea to other communities. We've adopted a proclamation in regard to domestic violence. And whereas the city of Newport, having been established on the beliefs of religious freedoms and civil liberties for all of our citizens, has found domestic violence is incompatible with the mission and values of our citizenry, and recognize that domestic violence violates individual physical integrity, dignity, and a sense of security. And whereas the city of Newport proclaims that all our citizens are invited to be actively involved in protecting constituents of the city as well as visitors by improving safety, removing stigma, and making eradication of domestic violence a community priority. And whereas the city of Newport proclaims a desire that Newport be free of any violence within its city limits and venues, including residents, businesses, schools, and public spaces. And whereas the city of Newport proclaims that the commitment to safe community for our children and our families, we support strategies which provide easily accessible, culturally competent, and responsible services. I therefore be it resolved that I, Jean Marie Napolitano, the mayor of the city of Newport in the state of Rhode Island, Providence Plantations, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, October 14, 2009, as Remembrance of Domestic Violence Victims Day. And in the city of Newport, call upon all of our citizens to pronounce their opposition to domestic violence in all of its forms. I think what really bothers me most is as we read these articles in the papers, usually it's the ones that a death has resulted. That's what garners most publicity. We can't ignore it. We can't let it get to that point. Citizens need to become involved. If they see violence in their community, domestic violence, it's affecting the families. You can't just ignore it. You need to either intervene or call the police, but it's not something we can walk down the street and just turn our heads. That's not being a responsible citizen, nor is it helping the families in your community. So I would like to see everybody get involved in bringing this message to their communities and making their communities safer for their families and their children.